Hello everybody, welcome back to Middle-earth. This is Count MRVHS with another episode of our Chiefdom of Rhun campaign. When last we left, we had successfully eliminated a couple of large armies of Rhovanion. We took the opportunity, with the absence of forces in the area, to smash and grab Lithmore Chant. We've taken it, we've destroyed everything we can, cranked up the taxes, and we are heading out of town. I don't particularly want to hold this because we have other troop-producing centers to the north of Breg Estelad, Yath in Ra and Rhovanust over here, their capital. And as you can see, Rhovanion is training there. So, what I want to do is let them take this back. Maybe it'll rebel, we'll see. I'll bring my faction leader and his army back eastward where we're doing a bit of training. I've also queued up a couple of buildings here. One in Thordram, minor province. This is going to allow us to eventually build walls as well as a second tier of military development. And in the south, I have queued up the Hall of Drinking in Amrandor. Now, at first glance, this may not look like a particularly reasonable build for the area. This adds happiness. There is an upkeep cost associated with it. The only real advantages you might see, given the description, are retinue. So this is a place that may fire some ancillaries for the governor who is stationed here. That's not really the reason I'm building it, though. So if we look at what we can build in, eventually, city development, one of the buildings that I have my eye on is Fighting Pits. Berserkers. This allows the recruitment of Berserkers, which are a unique unit for Rhun. I want to get those online, and it requires the Hall of Drinking, or Hall of Feasts, rather. And this is something we can build once we get the Hall of Drinking going. So we're going to need to start that. We'll also need to get this up to a major province. So we've got a little bit of money. I want to start that going because in the south, the Reunited Kingdom has a very large, very dangerous-looking army besieging the last Adunabar settlement that remains between us and the Reunited Kingdom. They have here a couple of units of Lessarnic Axemen, 3 actually, and a company of the guard whittled down quite a bit to just 11 soldiers left. But this is a inspiring unit. They are effective against armor. They are very tough, and they are unique. So, in other words, if I destroy this unit in battle, or if Adunabar does, that's the last we're going to see of these guys. Still, this is a tough-looking force. So, we don't have a lot to meet that with in the area. Apart from Alwar here, we're doing a little bit of training in Akarn, but I'm a little worried about how this is going to go. So let's pass the turn and see what awaits. Alright, the Bjornings want trade again. I'm just going to ignore that. Alright, and there's that Rhovanion army that we kicked away in a previous episode. Yeah, they'll probably retreat again, and we should be able to get there in time, so I'm not too worried about this. Okay, great. Tham has built roads. You can see that covers quite an area here. And we are the most advanced. There's a feather in your cap. Breg Estelad. Okay. Almost 6,000. I'm going to take this opportunity to spend almost all of my money and develop major province. I have to do this eventually because I do want to get to the 4th tier of the Warlord's Barracks so I can get the Dark Helms, the Chieftain's Guard, and the Warwains. So, there we go, just down to 5,000 in the bank. And the Reunited Kingdom has taken Amrun Magor, and it looks like they are facing no unrest. They're going to hold on to that unless they move out of the settlement. Now, I'm not trading with them. Let's see. Looks like Adunabar is under siege down here, and this is another... okay, this is a much smaller stack. Men-at-Arms, though, these are among the toughest units available to the Reunited Kingdom, so we're in for a bit of a fight. Now, I do want cash, so let's offer trade. And the RK should be swimming in it, so we'll see. They only want to give 660. Okay, that's looking better. I want to do just a little bit better than that. All right, 1,300 for trade. All right. Projected profits minus 5262. Right, that's because I queued up the major province. Okay. I do want to get this emissary back here so I can just see if the army is leaving this settlement. I'm, of course, very worried about what will happen once Adunabar falls in the area. So the Reunited Kingdom holds this. They're about to hold this, and they will get to this eventually. So I don't know what other settlement Adunabar has, because none of these are flagged as their capital. Neither of these. These are the only two settlements they have left. And they're just called settlements. So they must have one other place somewhere up in the north. It'd be great if they were doing very well up there. Okay. Just going to move back outside of the range of this army. And I think I'll hold off on the mercs for once. Okay, there's another settlement for Rhovanion. And this should be their northern frontier. Beyond this river is going to be Dale's territory. So my guess is Rhovanion has taken Thrimfeld. They're not at war with the Bjornings yet, so the Bjornings should still hold up here, the eastern Greenwood. It looks like they do. And probably Rhovanion has gone up this side of the forest as well. Let's get that spy back here just to keep an eye on troop movements. Okay, Rakos has tillage. Good. Okay, good. That army's just sticking around. You know what? Let's just get the size of this stack up a bit, and then we'll move up. I just don't want them to think that there's no one around, so they can just waltz in at will. Okay, so there was a dwarven spy in Breg Estelad that has been chased out. United Kingdom is the most advanced. Alright, so here's a Rhovanion force. Pretty small. I'm going to focus on this one. And then we'll see. I kind of would like to just press on up here and take this. Yath in Raw. Pretty lightly held. And that would draw their attention away from Breg Estelad a bit. Alright, so they're going to actually fight. Now they may withdraw, again, just like they did last time. Usually about the time the reinforcements show up, if the AI is outmatched like this, they may tend to just pull back. Alright, so to that end, I'm going to get my cav out on the sides so that we can be ready to just rush if they decide to turn around. Alright, I'm not going to fuss too much with the line. And in fact, I think I will have my archers out front by quite a bit.
Have arrived on the field. Send them to kill the enemy.
Here they come. Not quite within missile range. I would love to take care of this army. That's just foresters. I'm going to run my skirmishers up. Yeah, there they go. Nope, looks like they're just backing off a little bit. Okay. Alright, and they are coming forward. There. Let's take out these guys. As usual, the front skirmishing line is going to be abused. Okay. I do have some axes over here. These guys out front. They're not running. Alright, so let's keep up the pressure. Alrighty. I'm gonna just go and charge in my slingers. They're wavering. Alright, now it looks like they're withdrawing. But I may be able to catch some of them. Okay, there they go. And let's get these axemen out of the way. This is, let's see, March Wardens. Okay, they're wavering. This is where I would love to have more cav. Let's hit those foresters, I guess. Right. That's actually gonna be a bit of a tougher fight. Okay, great. Let's get the Adunabar militia. These axemen. Oh, these guys are still holding out. Yeah, there's those spearmen. Again, they're very strong once they're in that hedgehog shape. Okay, militia are wavering. These guys are pretty decent too. Very similar to the Kingdom militia available to the Reunited Kingdom in Adunabar. Alright, let's head back then. We gotta take out these guys. they go.
Flee from the field like frightened goats, hunt them down and slay them all.
And I don't believe I lost a commander, so that's good. Their commander got away, but he's just a captain or a lieutenant, so this may rout. This force may rout off the field. Alright, that's clear. We lost 40, 60 or so. Wiped out all of theirs. So most of the kills, let's see, Chieftain's Guard doing a lot of the lifting here. Mercenary Slingers got a lot too. Alright, so we have defended Breg Estelad, and the army is gone. So I could turn around and hit this force. This is not a ruler. It's got a couple of strong-ish units. My forces, though, are looking fairly weak. So it would probably be a good idea to send some of these guys back for more retraining. I didn't mean to do that. Well, we do have some riders coming along. See, I should probably take care of this, though. They're going to stay and fight, and if I could get rid of these guys, that'd be fantastic. Very similar ground. Now the cav here is going to be tougher, and I am worried about a cavalry rush, so I do want to take a bit more care with my line. Spearmen there. I think I'll just keep my horse archers back at this point. Okay. Not much of a height advantage. My slingers are shooting. We're hitting these levies, so it'd be great. We could whittle them down a bit. Here are the March Wardens. Okay, and they're just gonna retreat, so... We'll do a pass with the javelins here. heavily, but they are still eager. There they go.
Enemy army runs. Now hunt them down.
Let's do we have just that. One or two guys left. Alright, so that army will withdraw. Probably back up towards Rhovanion, where there is a substantial garrison. So I think before I press onward, I'm going to have to do some retraining. Yep.
Victory! Out of moves.
Okay.
Captain. Forward, Chief. March! Unable to move. March! Orders. Move.
And let's get another unit of cav, I guess. Because I've wanted them. This I could afford. So let's go there. This will also allow me to train rogues, which is what we call assassins in the mod. They can be... They're most useful in this mod for sabotage. So we may get involved with that. Alright, they've moved that army out, it looks like. Okay, great. This rebelled. We did get a civil revolt in Lithmore Chant. This has gone to independent peoples, which is fantastic. Rhovanion does not get a big free army, and if they want to take it back, they're going to have to deal with all of this. Now, my faction leader may have taken a hit there. No, he's still at 10 authority, so that's great. You have to be a little bit careful if you're playing the authority game, because when you sack a settlement and just leave and let it rebel, that can hurt your authority. Alright, so what do we have here? Not too much in the area. Arab Gobel. Everything in the north looks very lightly defended, so we may have a slightly easier time than I expected.
Yes. Yes, Captain. Captain. Move, Chief.
Okay, who do we have to send back? Let's see, so the spearmen come in a unit of 80. So we can't combine them without completely losing this. So I'm going to send these 13. So actually we can do a bit of a merge there.
Yes, Captain. Yes. Chief.
So these three can go.
Splitting the troops. Move.
Gonna get rid of this cav as well.
Captain. Chief. Orders. Yes.
We've got a couple of riders of Rhun. Can't train anything here just yet.
Yes. Yes.
So we'll get rid of that warband. Keep the Outriders around. And I guess that looks pretty good.
Forward.
We may get some mercs up here. But I think this is sizable enough that we can reasonably threaten this settlement. Okay, so let's send these guys west.
Unable to move. March.
Let's get another... Yeah, another cav. Alright, and this army has turned about, it looks like. A bit of a stalemate on the borderline between Rhovanion and North Rhun. Pretty soon we're going to start to build walls in Thordram, so I'll feel a bit better. Okay, interesting. Not sure if Farharad is thinking about actually attacking Khand. Alright, so we've got a bit of time before we really have to worry about the Reunited Kingdom. But they have taken this. I'd like to find that big army. This may be it. Looks quite reduced. There is unrest here, which is also great. Adunabar up here, not under siege, but probably going to fall if they are. So do I want to build? Let's see. Oof, not much of an increase in profit there. I do want to check what I can build for ports. It might just be the one. Yep. Not exactly a naval faction. Maybe this would be better. Gives me an extra 200 right off the bat. Cuts some corruption. Improves a bit of income tax. And it's going to help with experience, so yeah, let's go with that. Not that I can really train too much here, but... So let's halt. Okay. So now we could go with walls. Let's first go with just a bit of corruption reduction.
Yes. Orders. Move out. Unable to move. March. Yes, Captain. March. Out of moves.
This is almost done. Looks like Rhovanion may be taking this back. So that'll be good. That'll wear them out a little bit. And they've got some forces that are heading over here. But not too much. Okay. So what is this? I can't see what their building level is for military. That's what this is, presumably. So, are they financial, though? No, they are military policy. So, urban province. This would be a good one to take. This is urban as well. A couple of good cav. I think this was the army that I had chased away. Just a bunch of cav. Let's see. There are some mercenaries here. So I think I'm going to use my money to buy those up. Oh, shoot. Next turn, we'll get him. I guess I could theoretically risk my spy in here. 93% chance kind of feels like a death sentence because just the random numbers. But hey, it worked. 32% chance to open the gates, so I could theoretically storm it. Ooh, they've got hosting halls. That'll get me some good cash for burning it down. So this is where some of their march wardens are coming out of. This army may turn about, but then again it may head down here. If, on the other hand, it heads toward Breg Estelad, I'll have to turn about, so 4,000. What you doing, Adunabar? Alright, they've only got a single captain here to take it back, so they may not even try for some turns. This is now under siege. Alright. You know, I think I may hold off building for the moment. We get a lot of projects going, and I do want to build up my cash. Alright, you know what? Let's try this. No. Okay. Oh wait, did that actually work? Yeah, it did. They gave me 10,000. Great, fantastic. Okay, so, great. I'm at peace with Dale, and it only cost them 10,000. So that doubled my income. Alright. Fiefdom Dominion is finished down here. Good to get a governor, but, there's no one in the area. So they took that. Whoa, they took that back in one turn. That's annoying. That means now they can just turn around and threaten me. So let's see. Let's see if we can make something happen here. Oh, you're going to retreat in the wrong direction. You're going to stick and fight, but, so the garrison is not reinforcing. Well, that's fine. These guys will probably retreat into the city. There's still an army left over here that maybe we could hit. This is just all cav. Pretty good cav. But I've got some of my own, so... let's wait. We do have some archers, so we don't want them to be shooting in the rain. I don't think. That may just be an old thing from Medieval 1. Alright, so we're attacking. I think they're gonna... Reinforcements will come from down here. Got a nice hill, though. I've got very few infantry. Okay, yeah, we'll do this.
The enemy are scared. They have brought even more men. No matter, we will count the dead later.
Kind of curious as to what they'll do. Doesn't look like the whole force is coming. Oh, there they go. My thinking is as soon as I start to march forward, they're going to turn around. Yep. Well, no point really in trying to catch them. We did get a few kills.
This is no longer a battle. This is a hunt. No, a coward chase.
Let's see. Yeah, 8 casualties from those slingers. So, not too impressive. And they're probably going to go right back into the town. Alright.
Yes.
So I can hit this guy. I wonder where he will go. So, not close enough for the town to reinforce. And this is yet another stack of cav. I mean, it's fitting. You know, Rhovanion, we did intend them to be a cavalry faction, so it's kind of cool to see them training all these good cavalry units. Oh, there's their faction leader. Well, gosh, do I want to try besieging? Do I want to try storming if I can get in? I don't think I really do. This is too big of a force, and these March Wardens in particular are going to be pretty strong in melee, so this is not really what I'm built for. So I think I'm going to pull back. Maybe just a little bit. We'll see if they follow. So this medium fertility tile. The level of fertility actually does play a role into your supply traits. So he's right now, you can see, just on a medium fertility tile as opposed to this, which is a low fertility. So his supplies are going to not decrease so quickly. We'll wait there. We do have some reinforcements on the way.
Forward. Unable to move. Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. Yes. Leaving the army. Orders. Move out.
Now I'd really love those spearmen.
March.
Let's get another unit of axes, though. And Breg Estelad just finished fiefdom, so let's see. Now here we can get some local levies, skirmishers. These are really quite good. So I think I may want to do this. And now that I've moved Ulwar just across the border, Khan is reading that as the settlement is basically undefended. So that's fine. I could go with another victory against Khan. Let's send him down to reinforce. Quite sure we can take that stack. Right. Well, I forgot to ask the dwarves for a ceasefire. Probably wouldn't have worked anyway. Alright, and here they come with a big army. Still lightly wounded, so you know, I think he's the governor of this settlement anyway. Maybe I'll send him back to sort of replenish a bit. I do want to add these to the stack though, so let's see, what could we get rid of here? Well, let's take all of these guys out. Two, three, four. Need to lose two more. Maybe the slingers. And that. Alright, so he's wounded, lightly wounded. Hopefully he'll heal up in the next couple of turns. I'll go ahead and train an emissary here just to have one. And we'll send these guys, well, not too far away, because I'm going to want to pull this whole stack out. So they'll act as a garrison once he's ready to leave. I'm going to get started on another spearman. Oh, and I had a bunch of guys here too. Okay, great. Well, they'll join up with the spears. Alright, let's grab walls here. And with that windfall, I think we could get going on a major province in Mordor, since we got 10 grand off Dale for a ceasefire a little while back. Alright, so they took Athrad Morn. Ugh. At least this is a smallish force. Alright, and Khan skedaddled back. Alright, I think I want to use this opportunity to hit Khan again, so I can be a bit freer to use this army up here if need be. Down here we got some trouble. Hopefully Farharad can deal with that. All right, folks, but I think this makes a good point for us to call the episode. Thank you very much for watching. We will be back soon with another one, and I'll see you then. Take care, everybody.